Hey folks, this is Wistful Dale here, and I just got back from seeing The Flash, DC's newest DC Extended Universe film that they made a couple days ago that it just recently came out, and also DC's multiverse attempt to tap into like the multiverse theory theme since everything kind of has to have some multiverse thing now, and also DC's sort of climax, but also reboot in a sense with new with a whole new universe, cinematic universe thing or whatever. I'm not kind of too entirely sure, but anyway, this film overall was pretty good. It was a lot better than what I expected. It looked good from the trailers, and it's really good. I really liked the film. The CGI was okay. It wasn't like anything horrible or bad, but it wasn't anything amazing either. It was just passable. It was decent. You know, the CGI. It was all right. I would say the CGI is all right. There's some funny jokes and some funny cameos that I did love in the film that I felt like was pretty good. Um, I did like the story is interesting to me. It seems that there's some things that I feel like the film could have left out or not really touch upon, and some things that I feel that was weird on. Like one of them is Supergirl, for instance, or Kara, I guess that's her name. And at first, I thought going into this, I thought it would just be a gender swap thing, you know, kind of like in the cartoons when we were kids, and how it was that popular trend of like one or two episode of some dimension or universe or blah blah blah, some BS whatever, where the characters that you do know are still the same characters. The genders are just flipped over. So like in Johnny Test, or even better, most popular one that I can remember was in Adventure Time, kick-ass show by the way, where instead of Finn the human and Jake the dog, there would be Fiona the human and Kate the cat or whatever, or something like that. But that ended up being like Ice King's like fan fiction thing or something. I can't remember. I can't remember too much, nor do I want to get into any of that specifically. But just kind of that idea of from what I remember. That's why I thought Supergirl would be in some sense. That she was still just Superman, Clark Kent in a sense, just flipped over with the same, I don't know, you know what I mean? Same story, same whatever, blah blah blah. Just a gender flip for him or her, whatever. But no, it turns out it actually was Supergirl, like the Supergirl, like Kara. I think that's her human name. Like Clark is Superman, and so I was like, oh, okay. Also, they kind of seems a bit uh wasted ish in a sense, because I mean, she does some things, but she doesn't really do like too much in the film. She just kind of there as a side character, so I felt like they would. It seemed to me like in the trailers they would tap on her a little bit more and have her be more evolved in the story, because she wasn't in there too much. She only has like two. She has like two major scenes. Well, maybe a little third one, but that's like really it. You know, she's there at the climax in the sense or whatever, and so yeah, the same thing kind of goes for General Zod in a sense. Honestly, he just gets his ass kicked by Supergirl pretty much, and yeah, I thought he would have put up a much better fight, like in Man of Steel, honestly. But no, he just gets his ass kicked and ragged all over the place by Supergirl. So I felt like that was kind of a bit cammy and a bit odd in a sense. He doesn't really, I don't know, he doesn't really like fight Supergirl like I thought, because that's what I was expecting. Like it would just be similar to Man of Steel in the sense with that climax, but no, he just gets his ass whooped and kicked over by get being living shut up by Supergirl and whatnot. And so the Batman, but both Batmans though, because there's the obviously the Batman from what we know from the other films, and then there's this new Batman, and I felt like both Batmans did a pretty good job in the story. I feel like the concept was very interesting and really good. Um, I felt like I liked the different cameos between the two Flashes, because all Flash in the sense. Excuse me, I had a freaking nose plug in, but pretty much the Flash that we know and that we followed and whatever, pretty much goes over to a different universe, and he meets a little bit younger Flash, I believe, and the younger Flash is like more naive, more childish. He doesn't really know what he's really doing or what's going on, and the older Flash that we know is trying to show him the the ropes and techniques or whatever or something, and he's trying to help guide him with what to do and how to be cautious, of his powers and whatever. I feel like the film was overall pretty good. It was really good. There's a little bit of a plot convenience. There's some plots I didn't really understand. The biggest one is that with a Supergirl, I guess the Russian. Sorry for spoilers, but one thing I thought that was odd is that the Russians ended up taking her and just keeping her kidnapped behind this I don't know, this big mega Soviet Union facility or whatever, and I felt like that was kind of odd. And how she still had she didn't have the suit on or anything, but she had the suit lying in her mega cell, whatever the hell, and I felt like that was kind of a bit odd. And it also kind of turns out that Superman did exist. He just wasn't the right one, and so General Zod pretty much is just like, okay, well, we're not doing anything with you, so it turns out you're the actual real deal. And at first, it seemed to me like Supergirl was going to become a Power Girl. At least that's kind of gave me the impression, idea of it, because that's how Power Girl story goes or whatever in some sense. And yeah, I just felt like they could have done more with Supergirl a lot more. Um, and I mean, I'm not saying it's anything bad. I liked what they did with the story and everything. I just felt like Supergirl could have been a little more involved in the story and not just kind of half baked like they sort of did. Um, the two Flashes were great. The two Batmans that were there were great. Batmans from the different universes. I liked them. And General Zod, I feel like he was more of a laughing gag in some sense. And one last thing I do want to say here is that I don't want to get into any more spoilers, but the ending was really good. I really liked how they did the ending. I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to spoil really anymore. But just know that the ending is really good. I liked the ending of it. Not the ending, but there's this scene around the end of the film that I really liked, and I felt like it was a really cool and nice tie-in. Um, Overall, I felt like the film, it was pretty good. I really liked it. Everything else was good. The story was good. It definitely had some heart to it too. A lot of emotion. Just mainly, I don't know. I don't think there was too many plot holes. Biggest plot hole is how the hell did the Russians kidnap Supergirl? But yeah, overall, I feel like the film was pretty good. General Zod, I feel like could have been more. I don't know. He could have been more of a badass antagonist in a sense instead of just kind of a throwaway gag. Also, that Kryptonian girl or whatever the hell her name was, like, General Zod's, I don't know, female sidekick or whatever, second hand command, whatever the heck she was. She was in this film too, and we get like one scene with her. I don't even know her name or anything, but I just know that she's in this as well. I feel like General Zod was pretty good in this film. He just gets his ass kicked by Supergirl and whatnot. And I felt like Supergirl could have been more involved in the story in some sense because I feel like she was just. I felt like the actress. I'm not too sure, but I just feel like this new Supergirl actress is just more of a one shot thing. Like I don't see her coming back around with this new universe reboot thing that DC's trying to do now. And that's another thing too. It's I hope with this new reboot thing, this new universe remake, whatever you want to call it, I hope it goes pretty well. Because with this current DC films with the DCEU or whatever, unless from the other films, I feel like other than this film that was pretty good is Man of Steel. Now, Man of Steel, you could give or take with it. I personally enjoyed Man of Steel when it came out, and I felt like it was a pretty decent kickoff to the extended universe. Then we had Batman v Superman and the Justice League and other stuff too as well. So yeah, I'm hoping with this sort of refreshment, everything would be more stable, more in order. Maybe some new characters or whatever or whatnot. Because with the current one, I feel like it was short lived, but it was I feel like it was a bit better than Marvel, at least in terms of currently at the moment. But that's for another thing. But yeah. Anyway, overall, enough of me rambling. I am tired today. This film was pretty big and whatnot, I feel like the timing was pretty good. It was only like 2.5 hours or whatever. So yeah. Let me. Have you folks seen this film? Did you like it or enjoy it or whatever? Be sure to let me know in the comments. Overall, I gotta say this is definitely one of the more better DC films. There may be some plot holes or maybe some inconvenience, but it is at least a fun ride to join in or whatever. So yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this video here. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you folks sooner or later. Bye bye, everyone.